Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew with Family's Everything.
Until it's not. I'm Aunt.
And I'm Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Aunt. We just had a little meeting. Aunt annoyed me for like 10 minutes about analytics.
I did. I annoy him all the time. You know what? He has to respect me because I'm his elder. Okay. Do you take a bath?
No, not really. But Brad does once in a while.
Okay, well, I don't take a bath. To me, it's just like lying in your own dirt. I mean,
no, but I think Meredith Meredith is absolutely right.
No, I know, but didn't she start with wait a second. Am I foreshadowing something? Did they start the season with the first episode talking about the bath?
Because there's been a constant conversation around a bath because Meredith had a scene with Seth like a couple seasons ago, and it was nothing bad at all. They were just sitting in a bathtub on opposite sides talking, and like people thought it was weird. So that's why Whitney made comments about it. And so like that's how it was brought up. But I think in this situation, first and foremost, the producers totally planned it.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
No, I don't think they looked for a house that had one room without a bath.
But no, but it was a fabulous house. Let's say what it was. Well, you know what? They probably also didn't plan on the fact that Meredith was going to take 2 Xanax and then hit the lounge and have a few cocktails. I mean, let's face it. I'm surprised they allowed her on the second flight.
Oh, I completely agree. But I also have to say that I think
unless that was, produced.
I don't think there's anything wrong, though, with her being mad that none of the women cared, because she did say after the double Xanax, after the multiple cocktails, I don't feel well. I just need to rest a little bit.
She
and
didn't
take
feel
a
well
bath.
because she was wasted. No,
and then
you know what?
Bath.
It's probably best that she didn't take a bath because we might have had a Whitney moment.
No, she was fine. She like at that
Whitney
point.
Houston.
I know, not Whitney.
She might have drowned. She might have drowned because nobody would have been. She couldn't stand.
At that point,
she was asleep.
Yes, at the airport. She's not looking for a bath at the airport.
I don't know.
She was fine by the time she got to the house.
She was freezing. I did think it was sort of funny that she was in a blanket. I mean, she's in Bermuda. Actually,
but
I'm going to tell you.
She had the chills.
Yeah, listen, I made an observation, and this is for the whole episode. For girls from Salt Lake, the ocean was getting to them because when they got there, Meredith had the blanket on. He was walking around with the blanket. And then when they came back last night, when they came back from dinner, they were all wearing big, huge sweaters in the house. So I don't think these Salt Lake girls can handle a little warmth, is what I'm thinking. You would think they walk around in Park City with 5 inches of snow and heels, open toe. Never mind.
Yeah, but you've been on planes before that have been freezing.
Yeah, but they weren't freezing in the house unless the air conditioning was very high.
But Meredith, I'm saying, like it could have been the change in actual temperature. Like it could just be like a 24-hour flu or a 24-hour cold. All she wanted was a bathtub.
It wasn't either. It was called she was wasted.
Okay.
Let's call it what it was. Okay. So, nobody cared. I'm going to tell you, I'm reading notes and I started from the end. I added on the other side and not from the thing.
What are you on today?
I'm not on.
Did you take the double Xanax with
Meredith too? I had acupuncture, so I'm different today. That's it. I loved how they started with Brooks. Now it makes sense. I was gonna say I love how they started with Brooks, and and
he didn't answer her.
He was having a Sutton moment.
Yeah, but he didn't answer her. That was the best part. He literally ignored her, and then she goes, "Okay," and then they cut the scene. Like,
I know, but I think it's funny anytime somebody's doing those things now. I think of Sutton, how she relaxes. That would be Sutton. What's her name? Stack? Is it Stack?
You're such a great podcast host about Bravo.
I know how to spell it, but I don't know.
Strack.
Huh?
Strack.
Strack, but it's spelled like S-T-A-K-E.
S-T-R-A-K.
Oh, R. There's an R in there. Okay. I knew it was like that. I wasn't. It doesn't matter. It's not like she's Dorinda Medley or anything. Okay. Does Meredith move every year that she's been on the show?
That was Angie's like insult
right.
to her.
Yeah, no, I know. So it's amazing that she even knows where her clothes are.
I mean, I don't think it's every year. I think she just like on the show, like, I don't know. Her husband travels for work. He has like, they lived in Chicago for a bit. Like they've been all over the place.
Live there?
Yeah, I think so.
Really live in Park City?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Okay. So they all went to, you know what? They were all like so excited they were going away. Is this the first time they've gone overseas because of COVID and stuff? Like they've needed a passport?
I don't think they've had an international trip on Housewives.
That's what I'm asking, because they all seem to be so thrilled they were finally going somewhere. Besides,
I mean,
Trixie's
you have to remember
motel.
they're season 4.
I know they haven't had a lot, and we've had 4 years of COVID almost. That's why I'm asking.
So yeah,
I didn't know if they went anywhere the first year.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. And then Angie arrived with 3 dots. What the?
With the what? 3 dots? Oh, because of
3
her
dots.
pimples?
Yeah, and I want to tell
thought it
you,
was genius.
She needs to lose those stupid glasses. Like it's getting to the point I kind of want to smack them off her face. I hate to say it. I'm just over them. She's worn them in every single episode. Doesn't she have a different pair? Yeah.
Yeah,
she needs a different pair. No, she was wearing them to Trixie's. I thought Trixie's, it was kind of cool, but then she was wearing them Easter, and then she was wearing them here and there and everywhere. No, I'm over those glasses. Find a new pair. I get it that they were probably $800 glasses, but go find something else. I'm over those glasses. Actually, I think most of their glasses are borderline ridiculous. Some are fab. And when they got to Bermuda, they all were in the house with their glasses on.
Yeah. Well, not like.
Yeah,
right when
they were getting
there.
food. When they were getting food.
And yeah, but didn't a bunch of them sit outside?
They were getting their food.
And didn't they go eat outside?
Well, no. Meredith had to go to her room.
Yes, but she didn't have sunglasses on.
Meredith. She didn't. And I give her credit. I thought
the others were going outside.
Yeah, but it looked like it was covered.
Does the sun not come in when it's covered?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Anyways, how about, did you see the reason why the sand is pink and Bermuda?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I knew that already, though.
Oh, you did? I knew it was something like that. I knew it had something to do with like why flamingos are pink. Yeah. Same type of thing, because of what they eat and it turns them. Okay, go ahead.
No, you keep going. You got the notes. You're on a roll.
Okay, so what did you think of everybody took a Xanax before they got on the plane? And they called it I didn't call it a sleeping pill. I wouldn't call it a sleeping
pill. I don't believe it.
It does. And do you think it's shady as can be when you're beside a castmate like that and they passed out from the Xanax you gave them, that, or what you said you gave them, and to film them? Because I think it's a little shady.
Why are you taking a Xanax when like you're on when you're traveling with your reality show cast members? Like
maybe they were nervous. How long does it take to go? You know, I kept on thinking Bermuda's only 2 hours, but that's from the East Coast. I wonder how long it takes from Salt Lake. There's no direct flight.
Yeah, no. Well, that's why I don't think they showed. They just it was very weird how they were like, bye. And then they arrived in a Bermuda.
Yeah, they totally skipped whatever the other one was. But I mean, they all, looked fabulous and stuff. I love these girls. I think they're special.
I thought Monica was oddly very well behaved.
Yeah, well, because she was bad the last few weeks. I guess she had to take it down a little bit. Maybe she had a moment getting ready where she thought to herself,
film this in order. Really?
So you think everything we've seen before happened before this trip? I don't.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I bet some stuff happened after this trip. I bet some of these scenes that happened. Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, I think that she wasn't. No one came after her.
Yeah, no one came after her. Yeah. Yet. It's not over yet. It's just day one.
I know, but I'm saying this episode. I didn't say the trip. We're talking about.
I know. I thought Heather was like great this episode. I will say, she was spot on. She was funny about everything. She was snarky. Yeah,
I just don't get if one of my girlfriends said I don't feel well and I'd like to take a bath. At a minimum, I'd say, do you want to take a bath in my bathroom?
Yeah, well, Heather wasn't giving it to her because she's already got her dirties in there. She said she uses the tub as a hand pump. I'm going to tell you, when I'm at a hotel, if there's a shower and a tub, I use the tub as my hamper too. Not for my clothes, for like all the dirty towels and stuff. I throw them in the tub instead of putting them on the floor or whatever. Because they won't replace them now in a hotel if you hang them back up. That's considered you're going to reuse them. And I'm sorry, I'm not reusing a towel in the hotel. Not in a fancy hotel. No. Twice a day. I want new towels. So you throw them in the tub because there's always like a little sign, but they weren't in a hotel. No. They were in a fabulous home.
No, it's fabulous. I think that I don't know. I think Monica was oddly well behaved. I think that Whitney is truth telling, and I think that Heather and Lisa are manipulating it. Like, this is clearly an ongoing. I'm not saying Whitney's right, but I think Whitney is clearly sharing an ongoing problem that they've had, the three of them, as they've gotten closer individually, one-on-one, and how they balance it. Is that the three of them always get jealous. Like, one of them always gets jealous of the other two, regardless of who the pair is. Yeah, and I think that all Whitney wants is for Heather to admit like that's the reality and that's the truth. And Heather won't. I think that, I don't know if you can see this, but Heather and Lisa are used to being able to talk over and down to Whitney. Yes. And Whitney in the past is used to just doing what they tell her to, and she's not doing that anymore. So that's why there's trouble in paradise.
Yeah. She's grown some cojones.
Yeah.
So to speak. Yeah. Okay. So let's get to the real drama. Meredith Marks.
What real drama? Her FELLings?
Meredith Marks.
Whitney's FELLings. You're not respecting my FELLings.
Listen, she was so dramatic with her illness to call the IV nurse. Now, was it actually I called it Meredith's medical medic. Okay.
No, it was like an IV doctor, and it was genius.
It was. But then
I don't know why you say that's dramatic. I know people that do that after going out and having 5 drinks just because they're hungover on a Saturday.
They're not in Bermuda for a half a minute. I
know, but I know people that call a IV doctor on a Saturday morning.
Well, that's what it was. I don't know why they called it a mobile medic.
I think they yeah, but that was production, not Meredith. I thought it was amazing that she was getting the IV. She and her glam at the same time.
Yes, but don't you think glam was instructed to not make her look too good? That's what I think.
No, I don't think so at all.
Oh, totally. She was like, just put my makeup on, but don't make me look too good, because I still got to look like I threw myself together, but I'm still a little sick. Yeah, I thought so.
I think it was.
That's such a shady thing a woman would do. Make me a little sick looking, not like totally perfect.
I have a feeling that she walked straight in. Like, I think that the cat was out of the bag. They all knew she got an IV. They all knew that she was probably hungover, dehydrated, didn't feel good, drank too much, had too much Xanax, and then she got the IV, and they've all done it before, and that's just the way it is.
Have you gotten an IV ever?
No.
I would like one, I think. But the bathtub drama was too much. I mean, you knew this was going to happen. What is it with these housewives that they're also privileged that they need these fabulous bathrooms when they go away? Like,
see, I don't look at it like that. Other than Whitney, none of them took a bath. I look at it as Meredith likes baths.
I'm talking about, it doesn't matter if it's the room, the bathroom, the bed, the view, whatever it is. Most of them live in magnificent houses and great locations like Beverly Hills.
Yeah, but Meredith just
York
wants a bath.
City.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Meredith wants a bath.
She didn't say she needed a bath with a view, a big bed, a nice room. She said, all I want is a room.
All I wanted was a bath.
Yeah.
I just wanted a bath.
I hear her there. And I honestly say that I look at them all and I say, you know what? I put myself in their shoes. I would give my room away.
I would give my bath away. I would say,
I would give the room away. I would be like, we're here for 3 days. It's not that big of a deal. And I'd give it away.
I would too. That's what I was going to say, is that I don't understand why every housewife series, the bedrooms become a big deal, because like I said, 90% of them live in great houses. Like, so going to this other house, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, I think.
I think what you're forgetting is that they film and then they have huge fights and then they want to go privately to their space to like reflect and to not deal with the other people. Like, you think that they're all like holding hands, eating popcorn, making
No.
s'mores at 11:30, and then putting on like, I don't
I
know,
I
like
didn't say that.
Shirley Temple.
I
It
didn't
ain't
say that.
happening.
I just think that like I get the view though. Now I will say I do get that they wanted the view, like Lisa, because we forget because we're at the ocean all the time because we live so close to the ocean that we take the ocean for granted.
I guess. I just think that
But if you are landlocked in the middle of the country in Salt Lake City and you don't see the ocean, then the view is important. That's something that like we as East Coasters who see the Atlantic all the time, we don't appreciate that when you live in the middle of the country, seeing the ocean is a big deal.
See, if I was one of them, because I feel like if you really look at it for what it is, they all look like insensitive assholes that don't give a shit about their friends.
I agree.
If I was at the reunion, I would sit up and I'd say, so Andy, the producers put us in our rooms. Right. They knew that Meredith didn't have a bathroom. And then we all were supposed to sit there and pretend that we didn't do it. And you know what your producers did? They made us all look like assholes because I totally would have given Meredith the bathtub.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I would say.
But they won't even come up if it was the production.
Really?
It won't come up in the reunion if it was production. Do you think it will?
It depends how much Meredith tries to go at them.
Yeah.
If Meredith's going at them and they don't like that she's like going after them and they are sitting there being like, yep, I got to take it. But it's like Kelly Ben-Simone when they're like, well, then why did you go on the trip? Why'd you go to Scary Island? And then she goes, the producers told me I had to go. And Andy's like, no, they didn't. And then Kelly's like, yes, they did. And then he's like, no, they didn't. She's like, yes, they did. And she didn't care because for her, she was like, I'm not going to look like this crazy person that decided to go on a trip with my friends and not take care of myself before I got there. I'm going to tell it the way it is, that the producers made me go. That's Kelly. And I think that could happen with one of them, depending on if Meredith just lets it go and it's just like a little thing that's said at the reunion, but not harped on, then I don't think they'll say something. But if she's like literally like, if she is going to like hibachi them, like, and just burn them alive, then I think one of them is going to be like, no fucking way am I going to take the hit for this.
Yes. But I also think that some of this drama and with the view and everything is because they're landlocked. Because when you're talking, I was thinking about all the cities. New York, they go to the Hamptons. Jersey, they go to the shore. Atlanta, they're near the thing. Miami's near the water. Beverly Hills is near the water. OC is on the water. I'm just saying that they're the only landlocked ones. So I think they wanted the views.
Yeah, but it's still a moot point. She just wanted a bath.
Well, then she should have just said, I'm taking a bath and gone in somebody's room. But
I think that's where she was like, all right, well, you know what? If none of these girls are going to do the right thing, it's already all on camera. I'm going to make them look like assholes.
I was going to say she was probably happy they didn't offer her the bath in a way.
Maybe once she got the IV, but before that she was.
Because now tell me, don't you think the problem could be they were having Xanax and then they were at the lounge and they were having cocktails and then they were having cocktails on the beach and then they were going out to dinner? I mean, they sort of had a lot of cocktails in one day.
I don't believe any of it. You believe way too much. I don't believe this shit. These women are trying to make a show.
So you don't think that she actually took 2 Xanax?
I think she might have taken 2 Xanax, but I think that maybe like she had a couple
cocktail
drinks.
Or 2. Okay,
but
well,
imagine
that will affect you.
The amount that they showed her pass out was like 5 seconds.
Have you ever taken a Xanax?
No.
Oh, okay, I have, and I've had to take it for an MRI because I don't like going in that tube.
Yeah.
Or it freaks me out, right? So they make you take a Xanax like an hour before or like 2 hours before. And then they make you take it like another one when you get there.
Okay.
So by the time you like do all the paperwork and it's your turn and everything, you're just like, okay. And then it only takes 5 minutes like to have the MRI. It's not okay, maybe 15. All right. And then you're out of there. And then, the second one hits you like you just got clucked over the head. And the next 4 hours, you can't even lift an eyelid if you wanted to. I'm just telling you.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. And that's why I won't have another MRI. I don't care what it is. If I ever have another MRI, I'd like to actually get some a Michael Jackson sleepy juice.
Okay.
And just put me out for a little while and then wake me up when it's over.
I wonder why Meredith wasn't like, if I was also Meredith, I would have been, when Monica was sitting there, I would have been like, hey, Monica, though I know you the least, and I do believe you had the least responsibility to, as my friend, to step up.
Yeah, you were the
also
only
did
one
not
came
for your
in.
tub.
Yeah. She didn't either. I was surprised. Why didn't she say, why don't you offer? And you know what? As the newbie, I thought she should have been the one.
But the
Is
trip's
that
also her
hazing?
birthday trip.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
So maybe that's what Meredith was thinking, was like, you shouldn't have had to be the one because it's your birthday trip.
I'd love to know when they went because it was obviously not cold. See, they don't realize that Bermuda isn't the Caribbean.
No,
It's
no,
like
well,
off the
not
coast
many
of the
people.
Carolinas, you
Yeah,
know,
not
and
many
stuff.
people know that.
I know. And because they were walking
It
around
was
in,
May, remember? That's why
well,
they
they had
showed.
long sleeve shirts on. They were wearing blankets, sweaters, and it wasn't really Caribbean. And like I said, I couldn't stand they all had their sunglasses on inside. They look ridiculous walking around getting their little sandwiches with sunglasses.
I mean, like, I don't know why you're harping on this. Like, they were going outside to eat. Have you ever done something in your kitchen
Yeah,
with your
but maybe it's
sunglasses
because I
on?
don't like Angie's glasses. I just
Yeah, that's
don't.
probably what it is.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Shocking. You
She's
don't like
triggered me.
something, and so you've
Yeah.
formed a huge opinion about it, and you won't move past it because of the one thing you don't like.
Okay, that's
Shocking.
true. I know. So tell me, what did you think about the whole Lisa and Whitney and Heather, like Whitney and like talking to Angie while Heather was talking to Lisa and like stirring the pot?
I think Heather's stirring the pot. I think Heather shouldn't have told Lisa that Whitney said that she, like, I think that that was a total betrayal of trust. And I don't think Whitney was saying anything wrong other than the fact that she's brought to Lisa's attention that Lisa's selfish.
Right.
Lisa and her have talked about it. And Lisa has said that she's going to make a better effort to not be selfish. And then Whitney just told Heather that, like, she's proud of her because she sees that Lisa's actually making those changes. And then what happened at the jewelry party was different than what she has seen. And instead of Heather just taking that as, oh, I mean, it was a brilliant housewife move, but it was a shitty friend move. But when she's, instead of her just taking that as like, oh, okay, well, like, yeah, Lisa can be a little selfish. And that's great that Whitney feels like they're closer. Like, instead of it, she goes to Lisa and say that. I can totally see why Whitney is pissed off because she probably didn't think that she did anything wrong by sharing that with Heather, who you forget is also related to her. So I just think that there's like, they're cousins. So I just think like what you forget is like that no, Heather broke the trust code. Okay. Now, that's why I think you see Whitney going, shut the fuck up, Heather, instead of you're lying.
Okay.
Because she's like, I did say that. You knew what I meant. Shut the fuck up.
Right. She was just like, just stop.
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, Heather took real offense to it, which she probably should have. But I think that at the end of the day, if I was manipulating something and my, like, close friend / cousin looked at me and said, shut the fuck up, I'd be like, oh, yeah, they just don't want me talking shit.
Are they cousins?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I would like to know the family relationship.
It's very distant, clearly.
Is it, according to Mary Cosby, is it inbred?
No, I don't think so.
Is that where the inbred comes from? You want to know what else I noticed this episode?
Yeah.
It's just like one of my random observations is how crazy their nails are.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah, because Whitney's were really nuts this episode.
That's a thing, though. They're the most like hip out of any of the
trendy.
Housewives.
Yeah, without it. They're into every single trend that's out there. They're doing. Yeah, without a doubt. I agree. I
do have a question for Angie. If Sean was home,
should we call her? Hello, Angie. Go ahead.
Angie, if Sean was home when you were looking at the bikinis, he probably wouldn't have been looking at your chest anyway, honey. I'm starting to believe the rumors about Sean.
The rumors.
Yeah. He's too MIA. He's too like, I'm sad about what's going to happen with this. You know, we're good people. It's like, dude, like learn, get a little Joe Giudice in you. Like, oh, here comes my bitch wife. See, she's such a.
He called her a different word.
I know. He goes, here's my bitch wife. She's such a.
He did. He did. That's when. And now, what do you think? Now, once
That's
again,
when what? You still love Juicy Joe. What are you talking
I
about?
love Juicy Joe, but you
See,
know,
guys,
what?
this is a lesson that
He went too far in that.
No, wait,
that
wait.
was the day he went too far with that. He went too far talking to his girlfriend on screen while he was filming
his wife
in Napa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
still,
he shouldn't have
but
had his
still,
goodbye.
you
What do
like
they
him
call them on the
way
side?
more than Melissa and Joe Gorga.
Oh yeah, I can't stand Melissa
And Joe Gorga's never called his wife that word.
that we know of. We don't know. Who knows what he calls her?
I don't know many people that have ever called their wife that word.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
technically Joe Giudice didn't call his wife that word. He called his wife that word to someone else.
Yes. Right.
And if he hadn't been filming a show, we never would have known, and neither would have Teresa.
And though I got to give, I mean, this is where I love Joe in a way. He was so stupid. You have
My
to
point,
love him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you pick
but
your
he was
favorites.
so
Other people do something wrong, you hate them, and then you pick your favorites, and they can do no wrong.
I love Joe Giudice, though.
I know.
What can I say?
You love a
I
criminal.
just think
It's all good.
I love a criminal. No, I don't love criminals.
No,
but
you
I
like a
just
criminal that's like a little old school. Like, I'm going to do my time.
Yeah, he's going to do his time. He's going away. I'm going away. He doesn't
you don't
say
like
I'm going
messy
to prison.
criminals.
No. I mean, Joe Giudice, he did his time and he kept his nose clean and he did it respectfully. And it's kind of the best thing that ever happened to him, too.
It's not like he brought product out the garden exit. It's not like he was taking things out the garden entrance of like a Home Depot or something like that, you know?
Ooh.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true. No, he was just, and you know what? I would like to know if anybody actually lost money on Joe Giudice's criminal activity.
No, he took from the government. He protected himself and he tried to take.
No, all he did was lie of how much money he made. But if he paid it back, there's really no crime as far as I'm concerned. That's how I feel.
He's a real gangster. He's trying to make real money. He ain't no thug.
I know. Okay. What else do we got here? Lisa is a bulldog. I like that last scene. I love those kind of scenes, though. And then they're in the middle of the fight, and all of a sudden, is it raining? Oh, it's raining. Oh, you know what else I loved about the restaurant? First of all, that Lisa just sits down and she starts ordering shit, and she doesn't care what anybody else wants, unless we didn't see that.
The reason why I think that they must have looked at the menu is because no one complained. It was too quick.
Yeah, well, she was just like, we're having this, and we're having that, and we're having this, and we're having that. But you know what the best part was? If you watch it again on a rerun or whatever, if somebody hasn't seen it yet and you're listening to us
first,
there was a group of Americans about 2 tables behind them that were like smiling, like, oh my God, we're here in the restaurant. And here they are. And they all had their hats on, and nothing bothers me more than men in a nice restaurant with baseball caps on. And that's how I knew they were Americans, because no other nationality men sit with ball caps on at the table. It's
Did
such
you
a
see
no-no.
the entrance of the place they walked into? They might have been put at a nice table, but that didn't look like a nice restaurant.
Yeah, but it is. It's like a very high acclaimed restaurant there in Bermuda.
Everything in Bermuda is high and acclaimed and very expensive. It's like so expensive there.
Okay, do you want to? It was called the White Horse. Let's see how much the entrees are. White Horse, Bermuda. Let's see how many ratings it has. It's White Horse. It says it's a pub.
Thank you.
And it's got a 4.2 rating.
Thank you.
Okay, 4.2, which isn't that great, but it is also one of the top 10 employees of Bermuda. Now that's important. You have to support someone who is the top 10 employees.
Don't bring Mary Cosby. You'll have people quit.
And they aim to be more than just a restaurant.
Well, just they clearly are.
They have their pub roots, and they also show a lot of popular sports games. So
there you go.
I'm kind of surprised. So in other words, it's a pub with the modern twist. And I want to see the menu, and I want to see how much.
In other words, they let them film there.
Yeah, that's what happened there. I know. And they're all getting dressed up no matter where they're going, right?
Yeah, like, so do you think a nice restaurant, after knowing what the Housewives do when they film, is going to let them in? You think Nobu? Nobu got so, but Nobu probably in New York. I don't think Nobu would I don't think Nobu would want Teresa and Jennifer Aiden going to their restaurant. Now they would maybe be okay with Heather Dubrow hosting a lunch.
Yeah, you're right.
Different level of class.
All right, I want to tell you, they ordered cauliflower and it's $17. And so, and calamari is $18, and the avocado.
That's cheap for Bermuda. That is so cheap for Bermuda. I know,
and the avocado roll is $22. And what else did they order? They ordered something else.
I remember when I was a kid at the Marriott in Bermuda, I ordered a cheeseburger and it was $48.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So these were cheap.
Cheap.
Pub, yeah, it was pub fare. It was like going to the nines.
Exactly.
99. So, it's like if you're going to
so do you take back the hat thing?
Yes, I do. So it's like going to TGI Fridays.
Not only do you take back the hat thing, but I think we can give kudos to production for making it look far better than it was.
Yeah, right. Because they went, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. But you know what? The waiter did have nice little Bermuda shorts on. Did you notice?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking.
But I mean, like, I've eaten at Sir and it wasn't that good. So
I ate at Villa Blanca. That's different.
That was her better restaurant.
May it rest in peace.
Exactly.
It was fine. It was fine, sir. I've said that before. I had a pumptini or whatever it was.
Pumptini!
Did they call them pumptinis? It was called a pumptini, right?
I don't know. Make another Cosmo. Pumptini!
I just was so happy to be there in Villa Blanca, but it was a postage stamp too. It's very small. Meredith. She was a mess.
She has no choice. Now it was
her mess was Meredith this week. The mess of the week was Meredith, and I loved that she was getting an IV drip. I mean, come on, if you're gonna get
it was iconic.
Now they showed Angie, who was getting glam. Angie had her glam, and Lisa had glam, and Meredith had glam. Do you assume Heather also had glam?
Probably. I bet some of them share glam.
Oh, you think so? Yeah, I bet you.
How stupid would they be to not just be like, all right, go do her.
I bet you Whitney had no, Monica had no glam. And I want to give kudos to Monica. I don't give her, I'm not their biggest fan, but I give her credit for going on national TV while she was bleaching her mustache.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I think she's
else.
Far more real than what you think. Now, I don't think she's a good fit for the Housewives because of just a lot of different things, but I think I think a lot of the stuff that you're going to see,
Okay, so you know what we also have to talk about is what's coming up next week in the Greek Mafia. Should be interesting. I mean, that's big stuff.
It just seems really tacky.
But what if she really is in the Greek? Hey, they addressed. Did they ever address the Manzo rumors on TV?
Kind of, but it's not a rumor. It's like if the New Jersey, if the feds aren't finding out about Angie, I don't think Bravo is going to blow the whistle.
Yeah, but you don't know that because look, Jen's in jail.
Jen ran a Ponzi scheme and tried to steal from the elderly.
I know, but I mean, some of these people end up in prison from, I mean, we have Jen and we have Joe and Teresa. I mean, they all went to prison because their lies were exposed on reality TV.
Okay, so I'm not saying that maybe that Angie and her husband don't make money illegally, but I don't think they're part of the Greek Mafia. Like we're talking about an organization here, just like that's like saying Teresa and Joe are part of like one of the New York crime families. No, they weren't. Don't give Joe enough credit. Don't give Joe credit like that.
No. Maybe he's part of one of the New Jersey, like the Sopranos.
No.
I know he's not. He's not.
They committed individual crimes. I think Angie doesn't. I think Angie, maybe in the past, maybe her family, maybe that's how she made money. But I don't know how Angie could go on. Like,
I don't think anybody who, except for mob wives, I think you would be silly to go on a reality show knowing that you had mob connections.
I also think that like networks don't like, for example, like.
Don't they do a full background check on these women?
Of course they do. But also like, Do you think they care? The more fucked up the background check is, the better they are as a housewife.
Yeah, but I don't think they want that much. I mean, there are certain things they'll go and certain they won't. If the guy was a pedophile, then
totally different. That's different.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
anywho,
according
well,
to who?
follow us on Instagram at Aunt and Andrew. Aunt
Yes.
shares lots of good stuff all day long. And subscribe, like, comment, and as Aunt told me to do, I will comment back if you comment on our
Yes.
videos.
Any comment you leave us, Andrew personally will write you back. So if you happen to like Andrew, leave him a message.
Or if you don't like me, leave
Yeah,
me a message.
leave. And if you don't like me, tell him. And he'll let me know.
Well, anyways, bye, y'all.